Okay, so we've gone over the volume of prisms and cylinders, and today we're going to continue on our geometric journey, and we're going to go over the volume of pyramids and cones. The volume formula for a pyramid is the volume equals 1/3 of the area of the base times the height of the pyramid. Or it can be written as V equals big B times the height of the pyramid over 3. Either way, kind of like the area of a triangle. Now, the reason that it's 1/3 is because a cone or a pyramid is 1/3 the volume of a prism or a cylinder. That's why we have the 1/3, kind of like how a triangle is half of a square. That's why it's 1/2. Now remember, big B stands for the area of the base, and the H is the height of the pyramid. So, in a rectangular pyramid, the base is a rectangle, obviously. That's why it's called a rectangular pyramid. And then in a triangular pyramid, the base is a triangle, which is why they call it a triangular pyramid. Be cool if I could spell that right. Okay, and then the volume of a cone is very similar. So the volume for a cone is V equals 1/3 pi r squared times the height. Or it can be written as pi radius squared times the height divided by 3. And again, the reason that it's divided by 3 or multiplied by 1/3 is because the cone is 1/3 the volume of a cylinder. Okay, so to solve for a rectangular pyramid, you have your formula that they give you on your formula chart. V equals 1/3 big B, which again is area of the base, times our height of our pyramid. Or you can write it as big B over H divided by 3. I'm probably going to stick to this way just because that's what I prefer, but either way is perfectly fine. So if you look at this, this is a rectangular pyramid, meaning my base is this rectangle or square on the bottom. So I'm going to replace that big B with my area formula for a square or rectangle, which is base times height, times the height of our prism. Then I'm going to fill in all my numbers. So I have 5 times 5, because that is the base and the height of my square, times the height of my pyramid, which is 6. And then don't forget that you have to divide it by 3. So then you do 5 times 5, which is 25, times 6 over 3. And then you do 25 times 6, which is 150. Oops, sorry. Divided by 3. So the volume of that rectangular pyramid would be 50 inches cubed. There you go. It's just as easy as solving for the volume of a prism or a cylinder. You just have to remember that you're dividing by 3. So you can either pause the video now and practice number 2, or you can come back to it. Alright, then we have our triangular pyramids. In our triangular pyramids, again, we're using the same volume formula, V equals 1/3 area of the base times the height of the pyramid, or you could do area of the base times the height of the pyramid divided by 3. In a triangular pyramid, our base is a triangle. So since our base is a triangle, I'm going to replace that big B with my area formula for a triangle. So I have V equals the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle divided by 2 times the height of my pyramid, and then we're going to do all of that divided by 3. So the base and the height of my pyramid, we have 8 and 6. So I'm going to plug those numbers in. So I have V equals 8 times 6 over 2 times the height of my pyramid, which is 10, over 3. So you do 8 times 6, which is 48, divided by 2, times 10 over 3. Sorry, I'm running out of room, so I'm going to move. Okay, so 28, or not, I'm sorry, not 28. 48 divided by 2 is 24, times 10, all of this over 3. So then you have 240 divided by 3. So the volume of our triangular pyramid is going to be 80 inches cubed. Again, you can pause the video now and solve for the fourth example, or you can come back and work it. And finally, we have our cones. So, for the cones, it is essentially the same thing that we've been using for our pyramids. For a pyramid, it's 1/3 area of the base times the height of the pyramid, or we've been doing area of the base times the height of the pyramid divided by 3. Well, obviously, if it's a cone, our base is a circle, which is why this formula is given to you. So it's just 1/3 pi r squared times our height, or you could do pi r squared times our height divided by 3. Again, I'm going to stick with this one just because that's the one I'm most comfortable with. So, for the area of the cone, for pi you're going to use 3.14 times our radius, which is 4, times our height, which is 5, and all of this is going to be divided by 3. So you have 3.14 times 16 times 5 divided by 3. And then when you multiply out your 3.14 times 16 times 5, you get 251.2, and then you're going to divide that by 3 as well. And when you divide that by 3, you get about, we'll round to the nearest tenth, 83.7 centimeters cubed. Deep. So it's pretty easy. It's just like I said, it's just like finding the area of a prism or a cylinder, but instead you're just dividing it by 3. And then finally, you have your application question. What is the volume of the cylinder not taken up by the cone? So for this one, we have to find the volume of the cylinder and subtract the volume of the cone to get our answer. So let's find our cylinder first. For the volume of a cylinder, remember, it's pi r squared times the height. So we have 3.14, 2 squared times the height of 5. So then you have 3.14 times 20. So the volume of our cylinder is 62.8 inches cubed. I guess I should label this. So then when we find the volume of our cone, the volume of our cone is going to be the same, but you just need to take the volume of the cylinder and divide it by 3. Because the only difference in those, remember, is the dividing by 3. So we can take all of this and just do 62.8 divided by 3. And the volume of our cone is about, if we round to the nearest tenth, 20.9. So once we have the volume of our cone and the volume of our cylinder, we're going to take these two numbers and subtract them to figure out how much is not taken up by the cone. please, please, please remember to line up your decimals. Some of us are still struggling with this. And when you subtract those, you should get about 41.9 inches cubed. And that's pyramids and cones for you. So if you did not already go do those practice problems, the 2, 4, 6, go ahead and do them now and then answer the rest of the questions in Pear Deck, and then you'll be able to do your homework.